any one thing you might have uncovered the last couple of weeks that you think would be a benefit to you? As you say, any one tweak stand out to you?
Stop turning the ball over. 3 straight weeks with a turnover is not like me, and that's something that, I'm looking to correct.
Your early film study of the Tennessee Titans defense, what's jumped out at you, Joe?
Very opportunistic, make a lot of, their D-line wreaks a lot of havoc with, tip balls, interceptions, sacks, fumbles. They're a very opportunistic defense.
Looking at their red zone numbers, they're allowing a touchdown better than 4 out of every 5 red zone opportunities. I mean, they're struggling on third down. They're struggling in the red zone. They're struggling. Does it look like that to you when you watch the tape, or is that kind of surprising when you saw the numbers after looking at the tape?
I hadn't heard those stats yet. I haven't dived into red zone yet. I've just kind of skimmed through some games. So red zone day is Thursday morning for me.
How about third down? You've done any situational stuff?
Third down is Wednesday morning or Thursday morning as well for me.
Okay.
Joe, we've talked a little bit about Zach and y'all's meetings on Saturday nights and things of that nature, but in other ways, and what other ways has Zach kind of been hands-on in your development, and what's that relationship been like as he's kind of helped you through this rookie year?
Zach's been really awesome. He really has. It's been, great for the cohesion in the offensive unit and for the relationship between quarterbacks, not just me, quarterbacks in the quarterback room, quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, Zach. I think we have a really good thing going. We're going to continue to build on it and start winning some games. But, Zach's an awesome coach, and I'm excited to be with him.
Is there something specifically that Zach's doing that you really appreciate right now?
I mean, he's just great at communicating what's going through his head. When he calls this play, here's what he's thinking. Call this play against this defense, do this, this, or this. So he's just great at communicating what he expects. And then, it's also a dialogue that, I'm comfortable enough with him to share what I expect from myself as well and from other players on the team, on the offense. It's just a great dialogue.
That 4th and 1 seemed a little bit symbolic. If you can kind of humor an old school guy here, 4th and 1 in that situation, that's a hell of a play call. It seems like you had a lot of things going on there. Is that kind of symbolic of how you feel what you can do with that offense in all sorts of situations?
Yeah, I don't know if it's symbolic. I think it was a great play call. We had sneaked it a couple times early in the game, and I'm sure they were expecting that. And then Gio did a great job with his motion of getting himself open. That's just, a veteran player making a heads-up smart play on a critical point in the game.
We'll see. We'll see. Coach have all played the quarterback position. I mean, that's not, that's kind of uncommon. I mean, there's not a whole lot of times in the NFL where across the board, all three positions there have played quarterback. Do you consider that a big help?
I do, yeah. There's a lot of different perspectives and a lot of different experiences that go into coaching myself, and I pull from all of them, and 3 great coaches as well that I'm super excited to be working with them. I think it's going to be a great partnership for many years.
Joe, you're on pace to break Andrew Luck's single-season passing yards record for a rookie quarterback. Why have you had so much success this early on in your career passing the football?
I'm not sure. We have great players and great coaches and great scheme. I just get the ball to the open guy and let them do the rest. But, we're worried about wins around here. We're going to start getting some wins and finishing these things off.
Joe, what does it take? What will it take to finish it off? You've finished a lot of games in your career. What's the ingredient that hasn't been done quite enough to finish games off, do you think?
It's one guy making one extra play. We're so close in all these games that, if one guy makes one play down the stretch, we win a lot of these games.
So they got a guy over there. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Jay.
I was going to say, you've been pretty effective at getting defenses to jump by mixing up the cadence and the hard counts with, possibly 3 new linemen in there this week. Is that something you have to be mindful of and maybe dial back a little?
That's something I'm going to mix in all the time, and we're professional athletes that do this for a living. We're going to have to change up the cadence on these guys. They have Jadeveon Clowney, Jeff Simmons that are some of the best pass rushers in the league. We have to be able to mix up the cadence to help those guys out because, those guys are too good to just go on one every play and let them time up the cadence and rush the passer.
Price and Fred Johnson came in with about 3.5 minutes to go in the half last week. And on the next 4 drives, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. The only time you didn't score was on the one play Hail Mary at the end of the game. How significant was that for those guys to come in, to have, subs in on the offensive line and not miss a beat?
It was awesome. I didn't even know when they came in because they were playing so well. There was no drop off, and that's credit to those guys' preparation. They were ready to go. When you're a backup O lineman or a backup anything, you never know when your number is going to be called. And those guys obviously prepared all week to be the starter and were ready when their number was called to go in the game and execute the offense.
2 more minutes with Joe, guys.
Joe, I know
they got a guy over there. The Titans got a guy over there. He's about 36 years old, Jonathan Joseph. How does he look to you on tape?
He's obviously a good player. He's been playing for 15 years, I think.
Right.
Veteran guy that has seen a lot of different route concepts and will play accordingly. He's a good player.
Joe, you've always been effusive in your praise of your offensive linemen. It's a smart thing for a quarterback. What about guys like Giovanni Bernard, P. Ryan, Coach Taylor singled them out? I think you singled them out. Those guys stick their nose right in there on blitz pickup, don't they?
They really do. And, the thing about, Gio doesn't get a lot of shine because of the role that he plays on the team, but it's, in my opinion, might be the most critical role on the team. He's a great leader, talks to us before every game, goes in, does his job on third down, gets blitzes picked up, and then, when he gets in the ball in his hands, he makes plays. Those are the guys that you love playing with and the guys that you love working with.
One more question about the Carlos situation, Joe. Now that the trade is done, is it good for the rest of the team just to have the questions, the distraction removed?
I don't know. We're going to come to work every day like we always have and continue to work hard, practice hard, and try to win these games.
Some of the numbers you've put up, there have been some pretty heady names, next to them. I'm wondering if that's kind of raised your eyebrows at all. Some of the names that you've been lumped with here with these, with the stats that have surfaced over the first 7 games. Some of the guys that you're matching.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not even sure the names or the stats or anything like that. I'm just focused on winning games. Stats are stats. They obviously sometimes they mean something, sometimes they don't. We're 1-5-1. Obviously, they don't mean too much.
One last question for Joe.
Joe, you are a football, junkie and addict. You love the game, preparation. You love the grind. When you're not at Paul Brown Stadium, how much of your day, the rest of your day, is consumed by football? Are you able to put it aside for a while and do something else, or are you a guy that's always football all the time?
That's a good question. Obviously when there's football on, I'm watching football. So Monday night, Thursday night, there's a Tuesday night game a couple nights or a couple weeks ago I was watching, but I do try my best to get away from it for 1 or 2 hours a day. When you first get home, you're still thinking about the reps in practice and the game plan and what you can tweak and, hey, what if we run this route, or what if I do this cadence on this play? But right before bed, I try to clear my mind a little bit just so I can sleep and have a good night's rest, because that's also critical to get your body right.
All right, Joe, that'll do it. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
Joe.
you.